Hey my dudes, I have been incredibly lucky to receive many gifts, and I think it's time we dive into some of them. I've always really wanted to try dip pens, and that's what's in here, along with this super cool looking watercolor paper, and then an awesome porcelain palette, and a bunch of inks. Full disclosure, I have used this once. It was awesome, but for the sake of this video, it's still in the box. Again, all of this was sent to me by some followers, which I would consider more like friends at this point, and I still can't really wrap my head around the fact that people are sending me supplies to make more art with, because what is my life? I'm so grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm excited to dive in. Also, my kiddo is now on Thanksgiving break, which means that I'm just going to film when I can, and if there is noise happening in the background, well, it's because other people live here. I know nothing about how to use dip pens. All I know is that I've been wanting to try them for ages. And this was a really cool set that was in my wish list. So this one isn't one of the gifted ones because I'm almost out, but I'm gonna try dipping it into this one, and I'll save the gifted one for other things because I know you're not technically supposed to dip directly into the ink, but I don't have a different thing to dip it into, so we'll just do it this way.
Whoa, that's so cool.
You wanted me to try and draw a kitty face?
Yeah.
So let's try the 4. Let's try dipping again.
We didn't get enough ink. There we go.
So let's try the 3. That one feels a little bit more scratchy, I think.
It feels like a karate chop.
Try the 2.
Oh, holy cow. That is so cool.
Pretty neat, huh?
The 1. Oh, holy smokes.
It definitely goes through ink really fast.
When you're done, let me know which one you like the most.
I think I liked the 4 the most. Oh look, I got ink all over my hand. I didn't even notice.
What?
And we're gonna try it and make a little dabble art.
A dabble art?
Dabble art.
What's a dabble art?
It's like a practice piece before you do something with a little bit more effort. Okay, it's been a day or two since I've dabbled with the dip pens, so I think it's time to open up this watercolor paper. Okay, I got it opened up and I've discovered something interesting. I have another watercolor block and it's open on the sides. See, it's open on the sides and you just cut it off that way. Whereas this one is glued down all around and has like this little slot. Whoa! It has way more tooth than I was anticipating. It's honestly beautiful. Like, I wish you could properly see. Like, that's gorgeous. Let's measure it out and see if I can't make something interesting with it. It's been a while since I've drawn something tall and lanky, so let's go with that. I'm genuinely very excited for this paper. I've wanted to try it for a long time, so I was incredibly grateful to get it as a gift. So far, I am pleasantly surprised with how it feels to draw on. Outside of that, I can't really think of anything else to comment on, so I'm probably just going to do this part quietly, and I will be back to chat at you when it's time to break out the inks. Now that we have our rough sketch, we can light erase it with the knighted eraser and break open the porcelain palette. Like I said, I did try this before and it was really cool. Okay, let's totally open this for the very first time. Here we are. Like I said, I did use it for inks maybe a couple weeks ago and I really liked it. I thought I had stained it, but it ended up cleaning okay. But I love it. Okay, I'm just going to take a light wash for the majority of the background. So far, so good. The first impressions are really good. I really like how it seems to take a minute for it to dry on the paper. It really kind of holds on to the moisture, which makes it easier to avoid kind of a patchy wash, I think. I don't know, I'm no expert, but I really like it so far. I don't really know how I want to go about doing the wings, so I'm just gonna jump into it and see what happens. So as much as I love only using black and gray, I do have a tendency to struggle with using super dark black for contrast. So I'm just trying to slowly build it up and see if I can't build that confidence. And if not, I'm having fun anyway. It's a little bit of a test of patience. I like using a lot of water and letting it dry onto the paper, which takes way longer, but I think it looks cool. While I'm waiting for some moments to dry, I wanted to see what would happen if I tried the dip pen on this. I don't have high hopes, but I still want to know what happens. So I'm going to try it over on this leaf where the border is going to be all black anyway. I am pleasantly surprised. That's amazing. Am I just going to go for this? Am I just going to do this? Oh my gosh, I think I am. I'm doing things very out of order because it keeps things interesting for me. So I'm just going to fill in this black background first. I suppose it's time for the bravery test to actually start working on our dog. Let's start with the feet. I lost the audio from when I was talking about it the first time, but the white ink, its little pipette was clogged. I know that's not the right word for it, but I can't think of a better word right now. So the ink was kind of thin and watery, but after it was unclogged and shaken around, it was much better. Let's see how this leaf thing works. Whew. That's cool. Okay, voiceover Racine popping back in for the closing thoughts. I was so taken with this paper that I pretty much forgot to talk through my process. I truly thought I hated paper with a lot of tooth and texture, but this paper definitely proved me wrong. I can't quite place my finger on why I love it so much, but it was just a joy to work with. And I think the India ink looks stunning on it. I would definitely like to work with it some more. I'd like to do a piece with more red ink, and I'd also love to use my acrylic gouache on it. Although I have ideas for days, I'm always happy to hear any suggestions you guys might like to see next. And as usual, I apologize for my mic issues. Let me know if you'd prefer just a voiceover until I can figure it out. I just have a hard time remembering my thought process after the fact. I hope those of you who sent me the gifts got to see this and see how loved they were. Thank you for making it to the end of the video, and I'll see you next time. Later, Tater!